Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back for another Foundation Season 3, Episode 8 review.
Mhm.
Skin in the game. We're not going to do an IMDb because this joint was fire. It was fire.
It was fire. This show is cooking on all cylinders right now, man. It's just going. It is really revving right now.
I,
Because here's the thing: like every part of the story is interesting. There's a lot of interesting things. Like so, you could talk about Day. That's interesting. Just the thing with Day is interesting. The thing with
mhm.
Demerzel is interesting. The thing with Gaal now is interesting. The thing with Dawn is
Dawn is
interesting. Dusk
interesting.
is interesting,
hmm
right? Every aspect of this show, something's very clever, or like you want to know more. So like that's why I say like this show, like you have storylines because a lot of shows have storylines, and then there's a part in the storyline like this person's here again. Like I don't want to see this. Just fast forward. I don't want to fast forward anything from this show. Everything I'm like, yeah, let's go, more of this, please. I'm
This
excited, man.
I'm excited, man, because it's almost like when I watch these episodes, sometimes I
Mhm.
watch it again back to back. Just like, okay, I just want to
Yeah,
see this stuff. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I'm checking this out, and I'm like, man, they were like you said, they were all of these characters
Mhm.
have a character arc. You know what I'm saying? Dawn, like you
Yeah.
just spit it out, all of them. Even old
Mhm.
boy, even the Sun Master, who's a complete,
Hey, yo, that
even
guy's a
this
douchebag.
the Sun
He's eating
Master.
scenery.
Yeah, for real,
Eating scenery. That's all he's doing right now. Is just eating scenery.
Okay, so listen, now that we're talking about the Sun Master, so let's first of
Mhm.
all, let's talk about how the Day scene when Day was,
Mhm.
there on Mycogen and he's on trial. It reminds
Mhm.
me of, if you remember, not if you don't
Mhm.
remember, if the audience remember,
Mhm.
if you remember Star Trek Next Generation, and
Mhm.
when the Q first showed up.
Oh, with Picard,
Yeah,
he's
he
on
put
trial. Yeah,
Picard on
yeah,
trial. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I'm like, oh, it feels like this, right?
Yeah,
But I was
yeah.
telling you when I was texting you, I was like, dude, that scene
Mhm.
with Day on trial and the people with the
Mhm.
red lips and everything else, I thought
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was sitting in a theater on Broadway and watching a play. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
awesome it was. Come on.
Mhm.
Who's doing
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, that's really good. That's excellent, man. That the whole process and everything like that is really good. Like, it makes you wanna see what's happening here. Like, you wanna you're trying to get into it.
I still think Day is not going to die. I still think Day is not going to
Mhm.
die. As a matter of fact, the way things are going, to be honest with
Mhm.
you, like
You think
now
he's gonna live? How? How?
I think he's gonna live in Mycogen.
I don't okay, yeah, he may be stuck down there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the nanites anymore, does he? Or are
No,
they
no,
all gone?
he's done. I mean, they but like I mean, he was bleeding the whole nine, so
Oh,
they're
yeah, that's
done.
right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
that's
know he
right.
went down into the pit, but I still think that Day
Mhm.
is not going to die. He is too important. He has a lot of information. And there is absolutely no way that Sun Master and Mycogen people can go
Mhm.
to Trantor and rescue
They
Demerzel
can't get
without Day being involved in that. You see what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
but see, here's the thing, Demerzel can handle herself, man.
Yeah.
I think if she turned to battle mode, Demerzel could cook a lot of people out there. Like, they can't stop her.
But we
She's
also
dude, you gotta remember, she's a robot, she's super fast, and they
mhm,
haven't dealt with her in centuries. That kinda thing. So this
yeah.
is all brand new.
mhm,
This is all for all these people for generations. They didn't even know these things existed anymore. So
right.
they gotta go fight a robot that's running at full speed in murder mode. Like, I don't know. That's gonna be a rough go for them.
But what I also realized about Demerzel is she can get hurt. I mean, remember when Gaal shot her, it went to here, and then remember in
Mhm.
the second season when Demerzel and Day were in bed, and then someone came to assassinate Day, and they
Mhm.
sliced her head off like diagonally. Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah,
can
yeah.
get hurt,
No,
dude, for
she
real.
could definitely get hurt, but, like,
hmm
I think the difference is that Demerzel is, like, you like, your speed for your car, she's turned down to 30%.
Yeah,
She's not at full speed.
yeah.
She's not, fully aware, trying to, like she's still, like, because remember, it's like she changes faces or whatever, like, so, I
hmm
think when she's in, I'm, mistress mode, woman mode. She's like the power delivery's low, and then
Well, maybe
battle
the power
fighter
delivery
mode.
could be high when she's in love mode, you know?
Yeah, well, they're fair enough, right?
Right.
But I'm saying like a high mode,
hmm
actually high mode. I think that she could start cooking people like, really quickly. I don't think she have a problem working on that stuff.
And now
Honestly,
that we're in Demerzel as well, right? Yo,
Mhm.
Demerzel, she's getting more emotional each
Yeah, that's
episode.
fascinating. That's very because here's the thing: if she's getting emotional and she's in battle mode, that's crazy. That's not good. That's
And
very bad.
what does that mean too? Because it feels
Mhm.
like to her, this is my theory. To her, it feels like
Mhm.
she's close to freedom, but there's still a lot to be done. And I think that's the
Mhm.
thing that's making her emotional. Like she knows that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but
Yeah.
she's so far away from that light and she doesn't quite sure, she's not sure how to like really get
Well,
there.
here's the thing. This is what I think it is.
What?
She she can't be responsible for Empire failing. It has to happen and be out of her control. And then I think like mentally or for computationally, see, her
Mhm.
brain would be like, okay, this is fine. But like if she's responsible for it, I think she wouldn't be able to handle that because her programming is like you got to defend Empire at all times. So that's why I think that it wouldn't work out if this thing fails and it's her fault kind of thing. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
she's doing every single thing she possibly can to help Trantor fail. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
hmm
No, because she's doing the math and she understands like this thing's gotta fail, but like she doesn't want to be the person that presses the button that ends it.
hmm
If she's on the path and like, hey, I didn't do anything, or I pointed you in the right direction, but you still did the thing yourself. I think mentally that it like her computing is going like this is good, this is okay. Because I think I forgot it's called zeroth law or something like that. There's a thing in there. There's programming in her
Yeah.
that makes this thing okay for the
hmm
good of humanity as a
Right.
whole.
hmm
So like it makes because there's the robot laws, all this stuff. We probably have to do a show separately about the robot laws,
About
but like
Demerzel, yeah.
there's a thing programming in her that says this is okay. I'm allowed to do it because she's not
hmm
supposed to be allowed to kill, but she can do it because of the zeroth law, or whatever the
Right.
thing's called.
It's like
That makes it so it's
you're
justifiable for the
protecting the
greater
empire.
good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, for the greater good,
Yeah.
protecting empire is fine.
And I didn't know, girl, this Zephyrin, and two things, right?
Mhm.
The Zephyrin,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the new Zephyrin, right? Because remember, we
Mhm.
had the black one like an episode season number one,
Yeah,
remember?
it's like 300 years ago.
Yeah, for real.
200
Like
years
yeah,
ago. It's a
exactly
minute.
like 300 years ago. So and then they also showed us they also showed us how they wiped the memories of these people. Remember
Yeah,
when
which was cool.
that was
I
kind of
love this.
cool.
I love the futuristic style of a lot of this stuff, like just how it looks and how it works. Because it can't be just a regular press a button or whatever. It has to be
Mhm,
motion of the balls moving up and down, whatever. When she walked out of there, she was like, "Why am I crying?" Like,
mhm.
yo, Demerzel was about to kill her a bunch of times through that exchange. She was
Yeah.
hot, yo. You could just see her. She was like, "Ah."
And she also told her that I actually killed a Zephyrin, so I'm not proud of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. She's like, "I'm not.
You
That's
know,
not beneath me."
right? And oh, and here's the other
No.
thing: when she was talking to the Zephyrin, the black chick from like episode one or
Mhm.
maybe early episode
It
two.
was
I mean
early in the
season
season. I think this
early
season one. I
season
think
one or late season one or early season
it,
two.
it happened in the past. All right, that's
Right.
all you.
She
This was the show.
said, like when she told her, she said, "My touch, I had something on my hand and it's gonna kill you slowly, painlessly."
Hmm.
When she told her that, dude, didn't a tear
Hmm.
come down her eye? She was like
Yeah,
emotional. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's what
She's
I'm
getting emotional
saying.
because she's not supposed to be doing this stuff,
Right.
but
You
it's
know,
for Empire, so it's all right.
right. So and so speaking of okay, so Demerzel, and now let's talk about Dusk. Because like I said,
Mhm.
Dusk isn't going anywhere yet. Right?
Yeah, okay, I have a theory about this. All right,
What's up?
so not so much him passing away. That's gonna happen. Like he ain't got no
Mhm.
control over that. They got a timetable. But I think him giving Demerzel that ship is gonna make this thing go way faster to the end of Empire.
What ship?
That shit, they're gonna lose the ship that destroys the planets, the black hole ship, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's
Oh,
called.
I thought that was just a device.
No. It's a spaceship that it goes
Okay.
out there and kills the whole planet. So here's
Yeah.
the thing, right?
Mhm.
If the Mule gets his hands on that, it's a wrap, man. It's over. What's left?
Yeah, and
That's the worst thing you can give the Mule.
okay, so check this out. So Dusk showed that ship to Dawn because he knew he was about to become day, and like, hey, here's your protection right here, right? So
Yeah.
you know when when Demerzel was about to decant another day and another dawn, he was like, "Why are we doing this?" Dusk is like, "Why are we doing this? We need to protect Trantor. You know, we don't need to do this
We don't have
now."
time for this.
Right.
It's a scam from
And
him.
but he
we don't have
convinced
time
her.
for this.
But he
We can wait.
convinced her, and she did not decant a new dawn and a new day.
She should have, honestly.
And I'm like, wow. But she looked at the device too, and she was like, this could be the device that could help me get
She did the
freedom.
math on that. She counted the zeros and carried the one. She's like, yeah, this could do it.
Other thing
I don't
is
know
this,
though. I think
other
this
thing,
is bad.
other thing is this too. What do you think about this? He said when he showed Demerzel the device or even like the ship or whatever, well, before he did that, he was like, we have some things we've been working on that you have no memory of, you don't know. How
Yeah,
can she
that's
not
crazy.
know? Because she wipes the
She's
memory, she
supposed to know.
scans. How did she
she's
not know?
supposed to know.
Yeah.
That I don't know. Because there's a guy I was watching, he's doing a recap of the show, and he was like, well, I don't technically like that, because he's read the books. And he's like, I don't like that she wouldn't know. She should know.
Yeah.
Like, she should absolutely know what's going on there.
And that's the first thing I thought. I was like, well, she should know. She should know.
Yeah.
She's the robot. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you something else, right? Yo, if you want to join a really spirited, fun, and interesting conversation about Foundation, check out the Foundation subreddit. Man, it is crazy. I love that thing.
In there.
It is crazy.
Bonkers in there.
I'm telling you, man. So, okay. So Dusk, he understands, first of all, and the other thing is this, right? When he met with the council, they want to give Trantor to the Mule.
Insanity.
Dusk is like, give up Empire to destroy Empire? What are you talking about?
They don't know that he's a metallic and how the thing works. I don't think they've ever seen a metallic before.
No, they don't.
They have no idea what's happening. They just know this guy's conquering planets and he's coming towards us. We got to do something.
Yeah.
Because he could just take it. He don't need the permission to take it. Just show up and this is. That's the thing. Like, so I think it's because they don't understand what's happening here, and only basically Foundation 2 knows, and that's it. And a couple people from Foundation 1 know.
Some people,
but everybody else have no idea what's going on, how this guy's just conquering these planets like this, and how he's get all these shoots the ships to shoot themselves. Nobody understands.
Yeah.
They just know he's doing it and he can't stop it. So I think that's why they're like, we'll just appease him. We'll just give him the thing. Like, that's pointless.
That's also kind of like, that's it's not like good military strategy. You know, these are like politicians. Strategy. They really don't know anything. They don't know any better.
Here's the thing. You're right. A politician. Their argument was, well, there's a bunch of riches here, so it'll take him a long time to go through it. That's not the point. He's not doing it for the riches.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. He just wants the power.
That's
so like him giving the thing is pointless.
That's
Stupid.
crazy.
People are dumb.
Okay, I want to touch on two more subjects here. Dawn is alive. Dawn is alive.
Dawn's alive, bro.
Dawn's alive. So
with no legs.
Okay, so that's the thing. I was talking to you on.
I think they can heal him. We're so far in the future. I think they can heal him.
And she said that too. The old girl said that too. But let me ask you this here. So when he was in his spacesuit, and I guess the technology in the spacesuit said, "Yo, listen, I've got to take a warm part from one part of your body."
Yeah.
So the machine, the suit just ate him up, right? So,
Mm.
but I'm like, well, wait a minute. Didn't he have his nanites in, or do they work in space? Like,
No,
I don't
I
know.
think, but he was there for like a couple days. It wasn't
Mhm.
like I think the NASA would have solved it if it was a couple hours, but it was a couple days. It was going, so he is basically keeping him alive.
Wow.
And they gotta get the energy. They needed energy because it's out in space,
Mhm.
and I don't think the suit could last that long.
Yeah.
So the space is maybe
Excuse
like
me.
a day. The space needs to be fine, but like you need oxygen, you need a bunch of stuff, energy, heat. So it ripped his legs up, man. Just straight rows of his legs are jacked.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
He's
Yeah,
on Terminus. So,
yeah.
um, hospital looked pretty nice too for a space hospital. You know what I'm saying? But
We always gotta look at space hospital.
you said something offline
Mhm.
about who the mule could possibly be. Now, I told you, I said, if you look at season 2, when they were
Yeah.
showing pictures of the mule, it was a totally different mule. It wasn't the mule we see
Yeah,
today.
they replaced that actor, so
Mhm.
that actor's not in the show anymore. They got the
Well,
new
do
actor.
we know, you know that for sure, or could it actually
Yeah, that's
be?
what they said. They
Okay,
said
okay,
they
cool.
changed
Okay,
the
cool.
actor. So,
So,
but
mhm,
I don't think that guy is the mule. I'm convinced that every day I watch this show, I'm more convinced that that guy's not the mule. Because I think he's a mentalic.
mhm.
He's got some powers, but there's somebody else that is more powerful than him, boosting him up or doing it, actually doing it. It's either or.
Mm. Well, we also know this here because I thought the mule, like in the beginning, I was like, man, this guy is like the most powerful in the galaxy. But we know he's
Mhm,
not
mhm,
because when he went down to Terminus to go to the vault to see Harry, and he was all
mhm.
smug and everything, right? And Harry just like straight trolled him, played him, was like, "Where are you from? Like, where you? Oh, you're from
Yeah, he
Rosin."
picked his
Like,
planet. He's like, I know where
oh,
you
okay.
from,
He
bro.
was like, and then oh boy, you could just see he was like when he said, "Oh, you're from Rosin," you can see how he was just like, wow, he
Yeah, his
knows
face
all
is
this
like,
stuff,
oh,
right?
uh-oh.
So
Yeah, his face is like, oh.
for this person to be the most powerful metallic, and
Mhm.
then when he walked away, Harry just lifted that fool up, you
Well,
know?
because the thing is, though, all of his power is on humans. He has no power on metallic things. That's why Demerzel is so important, because like she's one of the few people who get close to him to do something that he couldn't stop.
Right, but how was Harry able to?
Because the null field, he was using the null field to control it. Because he
Okay,
could do,
so
so you can use the null field to stop stuff. Because like
mhm,
the look at the foundation. The foundation is floating because of the null field.
yeah,
Like it's in the air. That thing is controlling that building, the whatever the foundation is controlling that. So that's the thing that he has. I think that the the fake mule was using all his power trying to figure out how I can defeat Harry, and he had no power over it. So that's why he was
mhm,
just weak. He's taking all kind of L's and he lifted him up. It's just, Harry's reminding him like, dude, you can't do nothing to me.
yeah. Oh
So
boy,
that's
was
the other thing. I
mhm,
think Mule was like, well, we can't destroy this thing. So there has to be, I'm convinced that there has to be some kind of technology in
mhm.
the foundation thing to protect it.
Oh well,
Protect that one thing.
the vault. I
There
mean,
has
like,
to be. The
dude. I
vault.
mean,
There has
let's
to be
not.
some technology in the vault to stop missiles or whatever, so
Oh,
that if anything happened to it, it won't affect it. It has to be.
dude, I am totally convinced because remember,
Mhm.
they put an entire planet inside of the vault, and then the vault was in space, right?
Mhm.
And that's when it picked up brother and everything else, right? So I'm just like,
Mhm.
but still, Harry, because the mule was trying to read his mind, and Harry was like, "Oh, you're trying to race through my mind, but you don't see anything." When he picked him up and then like dropped him, and oh boy was bleeding and everything, and the mule was
Mhm.
like, "You didn't kill me," and Harry was like, "He's like, why?" Harry's
That
like,
was funny, man.
"Because
I
you have
laughed.
a secret, and I think I'm going to be able to use you in the future." When I saw
Mhm.
that, that made me think two things. That made me think: one, that
Mhm.
mule isn't as powerful as we think he is. And two,
Yeah.
just thinking about your theory about how that is not the mule and you have another
I'm
possible mule, and I
convinced.
want you to speak about that. Because
Alright,
that's
so
like,
there's 2
because
things.
that's super interesting to me, this other mule
I
you're talking about.
I'm convinced that is the
Mhm.
musician is the actual mule. Now,
Okay.
I was watching some videos and I was online yesterday,
Mhm.
and everybody, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people have a theory that Bayta, who's in the hospital,
Mhm.
is the actual Mule. And there's credence to it because when the fake Mule, I'm convinced it's a fake Mule, when he was in the hospital and he was playing around with Dawn, she looked at him and was like, "Yo, we're done here," and he was like, "Okay, we're done." And he just walked away,
That's
and
it.
I was like, "Oh, oh,
And
that's not
and
right."
and the other thing is, like, in the last episode, um,
Mhm.
the Mule's people, when they went on to her ship, they were just like, "Yo, take her only," right?
Yeah,
So they just
yeah,
took
yeah.
her, and I was just like, why her? Why is she
there's
important?"
there's credence to the theory that she's the actual Mule. There's a lot of credence to it. And if you think
Mm.
about it, like, so let's say she's controlling all the ships, all that stuff, and make everybody shoot themselves, right?
Mhm.
Well, that would take a lot of brain power, right?
Mhm.
So that would make you go unconscious for a little bit if you were doing all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? That's a lot of power. Like, controlling one person is easy. Controlling thousands of people up in space in spaceships and getting them to do your will, that's hard. That takes a little bit of effort. So that's a very real possibility that she could be the actual Mule. That is a good argument. I'm not against that. There's a lot of
Mhm.
arguments like that you see, like, oh, that's stupid. That's not stupid. That's a very, because you gotta think about this. Uh, she's been around where the Mule is consistently for a lot. Remember, he came to the planet. She was there.
Calgon.
The
Mhm.
that club, she was
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
That this thing here with taking over
Term
this planet thing, she was
Terminus.
there.
Mhm.
She's in all the places where the Mule's doing stuff, right? So
And we didn't see the clown. We didn't see the musician, um
yeah, but
this
I think there's
episode and
multiple
last
people
episode.
here.
Hmm?
I'm convinced that there's multiple people here operating with the Mule, and it's not just one person doing everything. Now,
Mm.
I think that she's clearly a mentalic. She's got some kind of power. She's
Oh,
pretending like
well, wait a
she's
minute.
giving
Why
the
do you think
impression
she's
she
a
don't know what it is.
metallic? Why do you think what has she done? Like, and listen, listen, I'm totally fascinated with this theory.
Listen, we
Yeah.
haven't seen her do
Yeah.
anything, right?
Hmm.
Clear, right? But she was affected by the null field in a different way than anybody else. Like, they knocked her out when she got on that planet,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
They just knocked her out.
Because old boy
Now,
was
it
carrying
could
her
be a
for a minute.
theory.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's carrying her around like a
Hmm.
ragdoll, like, all over the place. Now, it could be because she's using her powers,
Hmm.
or it could be because of the null field affect her in a different way, and that's why. I don't know. I could say for certain, but we have not seen her use powers, right? We have not seen it. We've seen little stuff that looks weird or we got questions. Definitely, you got to watch the show again. You have to
Hmm.
watch the show, but
Yeah.
it's a possibility that she could be the actual Mule.
Dude, I love
It's a
how
real possibility.
I love how when Harry shows up,
Mhm,
virtual Harry, and how he was
mhm.
just like trolling the mule, and I was just
That was
like,
great,
and,
man.
and
That
it
was
gave
great.
me got me a little excited because again I'm like,
Mhm,
oh well, the mule can be defeated, but I also think that, and this is why I think I like your theory because
mhm,
um that mule, the person we're seeing right now is the mule. He
mhm.
only has two tricks. That's it. Think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Like, okay, you people, you destroy yourselves, or hey, I want you to bite your finger off, or kill yourself, or drown yourself, something like that.
It's too
That's it.
dramatic.
That's it.
This show is very smart, and that's too overly dramatic.
Yeah,
The mule
exactly.
is a smart guy. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That it's just a theory. It could be completely wrong. And
Oh,
I got
okay,
to eat crow at the end of the season, but like, I
but
don't think he's a mule.
okay, but that's a very good point you just said, right? You know what? Like, this is a very smart show. What the mule is doing isn't on the
Mhm.
same intellectual level as the writing, as the show itself. I mean, just having
Yeah.
the ships like kill each other and then having people bite their fingers off and drown
Yeah.
themselves. What's next? Having a person smoke like a million blunts until they die. I don't know. See, some of this stuff is goofy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Yeah,
what's next?
it's too
Like,
straightforward. It's too on the
yeah,
nose, and I think the show's smarter than that. So
yeah.
that's why I think there's gonna be a reveal, and the mule's gonna be somebody else, and then all bets are off after that. That's what I think's gonna happen.
Well, dude, we have 2 episodes left, And I am just it's so I'm getting chills now because every episode is just better than the last one. It's better than the last one. And it's just building up. And again, I think that before this is just my I'm just making a prediction here. I don't know anything for sure, right? But I think when this season is all said and done, I think that we will see that all three empires, the ones we're seeing now, because I think Cleon is what, like 24 or something like that. I think we'll still see them, you know? I think Dawn isn't going to die. Day is going to still be available. And like Dusk, he's doing whatever he can to make sure that he doesn't
Well, here's the thing: like, even if the
whatever.
empire is in decline, they still have Trentor, and they're still doing stuff. Like, there's still going to be thousands of planets they got to be in charge of,
Yeah.
even if it's in decline or not in full power.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think that they will completely disappear, but like, they're not going to have the juice that they used to. Like, that whole thing with the Zephyr and the Luminous, whatever, they're reminding them that, yo, we got a couple trillion billion people with us.
They got
we don't
trillions,
need to follow
man.
you guys.
Yeah.
We're letting you go. We're letting you know this is what we're doing. So that kind of stuff is a reminder that this whole thing could fall apart, and all they have is the one planet at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I don't know. We'll see.
And
it could go
and
either way.
And then one last thing before we get up out of here. So Gaal did make an appearance, but it was kind of interesting that she was like, well, if Pritchard gets caught, he knows everything about Ignis.
That's bad.
You know?
Yeah, he knows exactly where it is.
And so Gaal was like, yo, leave the planet. And then the other metallic, the one who doesn't speak, he was like, but that's silly. You're telling me to leave the planet. You know now.
Yeah. He's like,
it's just
go
like
somewhere we don't know.
Right. You know what I'm saying? She said, well, you just have she said, well, you just have to keep moving like a criminal. Like Bonnie and Clyde. What's this all about? So it's going to be interesting to see what this is all about. And what's that guy's name? The guy who doesn't speak, who's like speechless.
I forgot his name.
I don't know, but I think something interesting is going to happen with him.
Yeah. Other thing too, I want to touch this before we wrap up.
What's up?
That team that Gale's with, they're not going to make it, yo.
Oh,
those are red shirts. I've seen a red shirt before. That's a red shirt right there. You didn't. They're like, "Hi, this is Bob. This is James. This is whatever her name is. Like, this is our team." And they're introduced. They didn't do none of that. They're just like, "Here we're in the background."
But yo,
that's a bad sign.
Oh, yo, but I'm gonna tell you, I may have to disagree with you because remember, okay, let's just say that
they're working together. I know that they're mentally they're in tune. They're working together. I know that.
Let's just say we're in America, we're in Canada, right? And like, we need to do something militarily speaking. We're gonna Canada and America is gonna find SEAL Team 6. I don't know what it is out there, right?
It's gonna be the best.
It's gonna be the best. So the girl, the woman was working with her previously. I remember seeing her. And I have to imagine that they are probably a step below her when it comes to their powers.
Yeah, they have to be exceptional to be going on this trip here. But
I'm glad you brought
that up. The fact that you didn't introduce their name is concerning, right? They didn't talk at all. That's concern. Those are all concerning things for if they're gonna make it out of this next show.
You know what? I don't think she needed to bring up their names. I think when they're on the beggar, they may not even speak a word. They may just be talking telepathically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. They're talking in their brain. So
for real. So this is, man, listen, this is the most fascinating show I've ever seen, for real. So this is crazy, man. So we are talking about Foundation Season 3, Episode number 8, Skin in the Game. Keo, should I even ask what are you going to rate this?
This is A+. We're 10s until something bad happens, and then we'll see what happens after that. It's all 10s from here on out.
And then, 10 for me too. And then here's the thing: if something bad happens, it may be bad good. So we may have to give it a 20 or something like this.
It can go above it, right?
Yeah, for real.
It can go higher.
I'm definitely giving this a 10. I was even thinking, I was like, this episode was 100. I think I saw it 4 times already. And
that show was fire, man.
It's fine. I watch it I watch it without subtitles. I watch it with subtitles just so I can get the names right and the spelling and everything else. And this episode here touched every single actor, actress, supporting actress, every single like major character had a little
Yeah,
part.
the major characters, they did their thing in this show.
They had, you
And
know what I'm saying?
and like I said at the beginning of the pod, like they're all interesting storylines that I care about. Because there's a lot of times some boring stuff happening.
Where
Like, I
you
don't care.
getting that? Where you
Everybody
getting
right
that?
now, I'm like, let's go.
Right.
Everybody.
Where you the only other show, sci-fi show that I can remember where each character was interesting was The Expanse.
Yeah, I
Each
agree.
character was,
100%.
you know,
agree.
but
Every character I care about what's happening with them. Every
yeah,
character, which is great.
yeah. So listen, I'm just gonna say this one more time. Two things. One, you want some brain exercises? Watch Foundation. And
Yes,
two, if you want to
100%.
like just really get into a really spirited, fun and interesting conversation, go check out the Foundation subreddit or just leave comments on this channel because we talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.